Hello YouTube, it's Erson 11 Villanca here, and today I will show you my very own version of EelZone deck or Magnezone Eelektrik deck and give you some tips and strategies on how to use it. The main goal of this deck is to beat your opponent by knocking out your opponent's active Pokemon in one attack while having a fast-paced energy acceleration onto your bench Pokemon. First, we go to the Pokemon line. This deck revolves around two Pokemon named Eelektrik, and Magnezone. Hence, it is called an EelZone deck. Magnezone serves as your main attacker as he can hit for technically an unlimited amount of damage, provided you pop him up and your bench with a good number of energies. You might ask why? Well, here I'll show you. Magnezone has an attack called Lost Burn, which hits for 50 damage for each energy card you put in the Lost Zone. It's a one-hit knockout beast, which makes him and this deck very powerful. Aside from his attack, Magnezone also serves as a draw engine with his Poke-Power Magnetic Draw. This ability allows you to draw cards until you have 6 in your hand, and which is great for you to get out some energies in our trainer cards like Junk Arms, Catchers, or Switch. In this deck, there you go, I ran a 4-2-3 line of Magnezone Prime. For Magnemites, for a better chance of drawing it as early as the first turn, as well as to have some reserves in case they were captured or knocked out. 2 Magneton for consistency, and 3 Magnezone Prime for arguably an unlimited amount of damage and monstrous attacking capability. Next, we go to Eelektrik. Stage 1 Pokemon, and the heart of this deck, simply because it pumps Magnezone energies it needs to attack. Now we look into his ability. There you go, its ability is called Tynamo, which allows us to attach a lightning energy from the discard pile to any of our bench Pokemon. Since Magnezone requires putting energies in the Lost Zone to attack, Eelektrik surely posits a solid synergy with him by ensuring that he can attack every turn. I ran a 3-3 line of Eelektrik in this deck with 1 Tynamo here, Tynamo with 30 HP and 2 Tynamos with 40 HP. I ran 1 Tynamo because as you all know, there you go, it can retreat for free. It has no retreat cost, and 2 Tynamos with 40 HP because they have a higher HP. I personally prefer running more 40 HP Tynamos, even if it means that I can't retreat for free. I personally prefer this because it allows me to survive donks by Tyro in the early game or Glaciate from Kyurem in the mid game. Some would say running more 30 HP Tynamos is better, again because it can retreat for free. But well, it depends upon you. Choose which best suits your gameplay. Next is 2 Thundurus, which is our main attacker in the early game. We use his, there you go, we use his charge attack in the first turn to pop him up with energies to attack with Disaster Volt in the next turn. Disaster Volt also moves lightning energies in the discard pile, which is great as the game goes on since Eelektrik can bring those back with a blink of an eye. His 110 HP is almost undunkable and allows us to stall for some time while we set Magnezone. Where you go, Magnezone? and Eelektrik in our bench. I run 2 to ensure that if one is priced, I can still use one to attack in the early game. Next, we have Cleffa, which basically allows us to refresh our hand if we have a bad hand. Zekrom, there you go, Zekrom, which is our late game attacker, since we don't want to run out of energy by using Magnezone burn attack and fall short in the late game by not being able to deal any damage. And here, the questionable card in this deck. Well, I run one Crygonal to counter Magnezone Prime and other fighting Pokemon like Machamp, Thundurus, and the like. His attack, Ice Shard, deals 70 base damage to fighting types. Considering that Magnezone only has, I believe, 120 HP, I could be wrong though, and has a weakness to water types, we're assured that he'll be knocked out in one blow. There you go for our Pokemon line. Then now we go to the supporters. There you go, the supporters. I ran 3 copies of Sage's Training, which is great card to put lightning energies into the discard pile. It also gives me control which cards to add to my hand after using Magnezone's Poke Power. Then we have 2 Haunts, Professor Oak's New Theory to refresh our hand, and 2 N, which is great to disrupt our opponent and can be very useful in the late game when, for example, you and your opponent only have 1 prize card apiece remaining. Then you use N. There you go, so you can see. Oh wait, we use N, and both of you draw 1 card, and then you use Magnezone's Magnetic Draw. Camera focus, there you go. You use Magnezone's Magnetic Draw to draw more cards. This gives you a lot of advantage since you can control and dictate the pace of the game. And here we have 4 Pokemon collectors, which is essential to send out our Magnemites and Tynamos as early as possible. For the trainers, I run 2 copies of Switch, 3 rare candies, and 2 Pokemon catchers. This number might seem a bit too low, but we have, there you go, 4 junk arms. 4 junk arms to dig them out of the grave when we need them. I also run 4 Pokemon communication for better control of the game. And lastly, as you might have seen already, I run 12 lightning energies and 2 water energies. Of course, the 2 for Crygonal, 2 water energies for Crygonal. Well, now I'll give you some texts which you can use for this deck. There they are. Too far, but I will get them. There you go. For some text here. You can experiment with Rainbow Energy and Rescue Energy, simply because you might not get out water energy when you need them while using Crygonal, or because you want to ensure that Zekrom can attack for another round during the late game. Pachirisu, the cute Pachirisu, can give you faster energy acceleration because of its Poke Power called Self-Generation, which allows you to attach up to 2 energy to him when you put him in the bench. And there you go, Magnezone Eelektrik, the EelZone deck. And that's all for now. Send your comments, reactions, and questions. And do not forget to hit the thumbs up button. Lastly, subscribe if you like this video. That's all. Thanks and God bless. Till next time, folks.